John Ulzheimer is known as one of our nation's most recognized credit experts. Having worked for 28 years in the credit industry, John has become one of the most prolific speakers about credit and the go-to authority on answers to credit-related questions. Credit Countdown with John Ulzheimer.
Hey there, this is John Ulzheimer. I am a consumer credit expert. I have almost 30 years of experience in the credit industry. I've spent time at FICO, which is the company behind the FICO credit scoring system, and Equifax, which is one of the 3 generally recognized credit reporting agencies in the United States. All right, so today we're going to talk about how to get the perfect 850. So for both FICO and VantageScore's credit scoring systems, a perfect score is an 850 for most of their scores. There's other scores, obviously, there are outliers that have a different score range. But 850 seems to be the magic number that consumers tend to, aim for when they're trying to achieve the perfect credit score. So let's talk about how you get that 850. Well, the way you get the 850, and this is kind of an interesting, I'm going to kind of draw a comparison. When you take a test, like if you're a student, or if you can remember back when you were a student, if you took a test and that test had 100 questions, each of those questions is worth 1 point, right? Because a perfect score on the test is 100. And if you got 90 of those questions correct, you got a 90, which is really good. If you got 95 questions correct, you got a 95, which is really good. But neither of those is a perfect score. So in order to get a perfect score on that particular test, you would have had to have gotten 100 out of 100 questions answered correctly so that you earn every single possible point, and then you would get the perfect score of 100. So now I want to fast forward to credit scoring. It's really not different. There are a variety of questions that the credit scoring system is going to ask your credit report, and then based on the answers it gets back from your credit report, the scoring system is going to assign points or weight to the answers. And based on the weights that are assigned, they're all added together, and that's what yields your credit score. So when you see your credit score, 600, 650, 700, 750, 800, 850, those numbers are all ginned out by the scoring system after they add up all of the points that you earned for the various questions that the scoring system asked your credit report. So in order for you to get an 850, you have to get every single one of the questions absolutely precisely perfect in order to earn every possible point available to you. So how do you do that? So generally speaking, there's 5 categories of metrics in credit scoring systems: payment history, debt, the age of your credit reports, the diversity of the accounts, and the pursuit of credit or inquiry. So that remains true for both FICO and VantageScore's credit scoring systems. Within those 5, think of them almost like as a pie, and their slices. Those 5 things are the 5 slices of the pie. Within those particular slices of the pie are a variety of metrics. And so payment history would include things like your worst derogatory, the age of your derogatories, the balances on your derogatories, things like that. So of all the metrics that are within those slices of pie, you're going to have to get all those metrics completely maxed out, 100%. That's the only way you're going to earn a perfect score. In the payment history slice of the pie, you have to have no derogatory information, period, none. So this is not an option. You can't have any. Number 2, debt. Yes, you can have debt. You can absolutely have debt. You don't need to have a debt-free credit report in order to earn a perfect score. I'm a great example of that. I've got a ton of debt, installment debt specifically, and I constantly bang up against 850. It's the credit card debt that's problematic. You can't have credit cards that chew up too much of your credit limits. Your balances have to be very, very low. They have to be limited to a very small number of accounts. You can't have balances all over your credit reports, even if you're paying them on time. 3rd, inquiries. Can't have any inquiries, period, in the last 12 months. Can't have them. 4, account diversity. You have to have a variety of different types of accounts. You've got to have credit cards. You've got to have installment loans. You've got to check all those boxes of having managed those different types of accounts. Age. This is the one that's hard, all right? No one talks about this. This isn't your age. This is the age of your credit report. You really need to have a credit report that's at least 2 decades old. Unfortunately, that's not even going to be possible for a lot of you because some of you just simply aren't old enough to have a credit report that's at least 20 years old. Once you start hitting that 20-year mark, that's actually when I started banging up against 850 because that was really the last piece of the puzzle for me to earn that perfect score. So that's how you earn the perfect 850. no missed payments, very little debt across a very few number of accounts, no inquiries, a very, very old credit report, and a variety of different types of accounts on your credit report. And even if you have all that stuff and you don't hit 850, you're still going to be so well within the 800 range that lenders are going to be throwing money at you at really competitive rates and terms. So good luck with that. I'd love to hear your experience of how this worked out for you. If you have all of those attributes on a credit report, what your score is, because I guarantee you it's going to be really good. So drop them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to see your 850. Good luck with that. We'll talk again soon and have a great rest of your day.
For more videos and credit tips from John Ulzheimer, go to www.tradelinesupply.com.